Hello, American government class. Just one more short one for this week. I'm going to talk today about the First Continental Congress. It happened in 1774, and it was in reaction to the Boston Tea Party. You remember the Boston Tea Party when we got upset with England for raising taxes on tea, and so we went on the ships and we threw all that imported tea into the harbor because they're upset about the taxes. So Parliament passed a group of laws called the Intolerable Acts, which were designed to punish particularly the colony of Massachusetts. One of the acts closed Boston Harbor until the colonists paid for all of the tea that they had wasted in the harbor. Another one of the acts shut down the colonial government in Massachusetts. And they were to be ruled by the governor, who was answerable only to the king, and the legislature in Massachusetts wasn't allowed to meet. Another one of the acts said that colonists in Massachusetts must quarter or house British soldiers. They had to build barracks for them, or they had to give them barns to sleep in. It's been rumored down through the years that they even took over houses. The British soldiers did. In response to the Intolerable Acts, all the other colonies kind of sided with Massachusetts. And all the other colonies, except Georgia, sent representatives to Philadelphia, and there they met as a Congress, and it was called the Continental Congress. The things that came out of the First Continental Congress, well, one was they pledged their loyalty to Great Britain. They didn't want war. What they wanted was to be left alone. They didn't want any parliamentary interference with their government here in the United States. That's another thing that they told Great Britain. You need to quit making laws for us. We are answerable to the king and to the king alone. And they also called on the people in the colonies to boycott things that came from England and buy only things that were made in the colonies. They also decided that they would meet the next year. This was in the fall of 1774. They decided that they would meet the next spring in May in Philadelphia. But before they could meet again for a Second Continental Congress, the Revolutionary War began. On April 19th, 1775, on the green at Lexington and Concord, the first shots were fired in the Revolutionary War, the so-called shot that was heard around the world. So when they called that Second Constitutional Congress in June of 1775, they weren't as happy and as patient with England as they had been before. We'll take Second Continental Congress up and all that other stuff, Declaration of Independence and so forth, next week. Hope y'all have a nice weekend.